This episode is sponsored by Earth Charter International. More about that after the video.
Welcome Martinique. Have a nice day.
You know we do.
Yeah, boy.
Whoa, that is so cool. We did it! Yeah, it's a good haul.
The storm itself, we've already seen gusts upwards of 50 to 52.
Mother Earth doing its thing.
Here we go! Hey guys, what's up? It's Pascale.
Hey, Mo.
Art of Adventure. We're in Martinique. There's a lot to see. Caves, reefs, boats. Let's go!
Drinks.
No, Mo. We definitely will not forget the drinks. After all, Martinique is home to at least 12 different brands of rum. They know what's up for sure. But first things first, let me introduce you to the beautiful, magical, adventure-filled French island of Martinique. The first thing you might be asking yourself, where the heck is this piece of paradise? I got you. Martinique sits in the Eastern Caribbean in the Windward Islands of the Lesser Antilles. If you ask someone from Martinique, they'll simply tell you it's the French West Indies. I know, it's kind of confusing. But long story short, Martinique is about 1,400 miles southeast of Florida, or just a 3.5-hour flight from Miami. To put the size of the volcanic island into perspective, Martinique is just a little smaller than the city of Nashville, Tennessee. So relatively small borders with very, very big experiences waiting for you. Now, the key to making the most of your trip to Martinique comes down to understanding 3 big things: the Caribbean, the Atlantic, and the Northwest, where you find the rainforest, volcano, and mountains. Each area is very different and full of one-of-a-kind adventures. So Mo and I are gonna show you what's what. When you're in Martinique,
Make sure you go on that boat ride.
we're on a boat!
Let's go.
Martinique has 217 miles of coastline, so there are plenty of opportunities to boat no matter which side of the island you choose. But I recommend taking a tour on the Caribbean side. The water is a bit calmer, swimming is a bit safer, the visibility underwater is better, and oh my, there is so much to see. I'm beyond excited to share this whole experience with my family. My mom is from Martinique, and my brother and I spent some of our childhood summers here. Today we met Captain Franzy at Trois-Îlets to tour the west coast of the island.
El Capitan!
I think Mo is loving life right now.
I love that. Salt air in your face. Not many things like that. It causes permagrin.
First, we're heading north towards La Prêcheur. Then the plan is to make our way back south, stopping in various coves for adventures along the way.
Look down here, look down here.
Look.
Oh my goodness.
Right in front.
Yay!
Little dolphin watching.
They're so cute.
He looked a little big for a dog. I had to put my feet up. Wait.
You scared, baby?
No, I'm not scared.
Just a little surprise.
I was just a little surprised.
You can see dolphins year-round in Martinique, but dry season between November and April is considered more favorable. We're here in summer though, and I gotta say, they are everywhere. Captain Franzy has a little treat in store for us as we cruise past the volcanic black sand beaches of Saint-Pierre. Turns out conditions are perfect today to free dive underwater statues just 100 feet from shore. Check out Yamaya, the second of a growing collection of underwater sculptures here. Yamaya represents a sensual siren. She's 40 feet long and made up of 3 parts. The artist says this piece pays tribute to Woman of the Sea. The sculpture sits 25 feet deep and shares these waters with another mermaid, well, actually a merman, created by the same artist. His face is aimed up, the artist says, to better watch the boats. It's so cool sharing this one-of-a-kind adventure with my nieces and nephews. I know they'll never forget these moments. And here's another unique experience.
Bats everywhere.
Yup. Okay, more water, please. Oh my goodness. We stop at this shallow reef and I swear, it's like being dropped inside a huge aquarium. The biodiversity is real in Martinique. On the Caribbean side, there are more than 70 species of coral, 1,200 species of mollusks, and 600 species of fish. And here's what's really cool. You don't need to scuba dive or buy expensive gear to explore. My nieces are using corner store masks and snorkels and swimming this reef in under 10 feet of water. The current is super chill. Mo and I scuba regularly, and we just can't believe how beautiful and accessible reefs like this are on the Caribbean side of Martinique. As we motor south, we stop several more times. We swim with sea turtles. I mean, how cool is this? We explore a hotbed of starfish. More killer caves.
Bet there's some pirate booty up there.
The views are stunning up and down the whole coast. There are even spots where you can stop and do a little cliff diving. But there's a little something extra about Anses-d'Arlet on the southern Caribbean coast. It sits just south of the capital city of Fort-de-France. Talk about a charming, picturesque city. The church of Saint-Pierre is surrounded by Creole homes, and the majority of the cove is lined with white sandy beaches. The church here is one of the most photographed sites in all of Martinique, and this beach is a favorite for visitors. There's a lot of sand for laying out and plenty of shops and restaurants. Just off its shore is another shallow reef dripping in marine life. And check this out, they even have buoys set up so you can learn about the various sea life while you swim. Yeah, you know we are stoked.
What y'all think?
Freeze.
So cool, right? Yeah.
Sun-kissed and happy, heading back to shore for more fun. Here are some pro tips for your boat adventure in Martinique. The cost of the trip usually includes food and drinks, but always triple check just to make sure. I know Mo was happy the rum was well stocked too. Okay, we all were. Stay hydrated, friends. It's hot in Martinique. 88 is the average temperature in the summer, but the feels like temps are closer to 95. The water stays between 80 and 84 degrees year round. Bring your hat, sunglasses, and plenty of sunscreen. Take Dramamine before the trip, trust me. You'll need your own mask, fins, and snorkel unless you coordinate that with the boat captain. Bring cash for a tip if you think the service was extraordinary. And one more thing about the southern coast. try to put your eyes on Diamond Rock. It's one of the jewels of the Caribbean. Okay, time to swing over to the Atlantic side. I visited Martinique 3 times in the last 5 years, and each time stayed in a home on the East Coast. I recommend it for several reasons. First, look at that view. Whether you're chilling at the pool or vibing on the dock, you can't beat it. It has all the island feels, more privacy, and fewer tourists than the Caribbean side. Our second reason for choosing homes on the Atlantic side, the breeze. Look, it's hot here, like really hot. In fact, Martinique sits just 14 degrees north of the equator. So that wind you get off the Atlantic Ocean is pretty great. The third thing about the Atlantic side, and maybe the most important to me, the adventures. We're staying in a little town named Le Vauclin. You can also call it the kite surfing and windsurfing capital of Martinique. These guys are out here every day putting on a show, and they are ripping. I'm getting a lesson next time for sure.
Yeah, it's a good haul.
Just north of us is a good spearfishing and surfing beach called Tarpon. There are a few surf shops in the area, and $20 will get you a rental for a few hours.
The walking head.
So we snagged a few surfboards and started our short walk down to the beach. This beach is beautiful. It's a favorite for surfers, partly because of the reef that lines its shore. The energy from the deep Atlantic moves over the reef and creates a surf break almost year-round. Mo finds a comfy spot to watch and shoot drone video, and my niece Audrey and I paddle out. My brother's right behind us. There are some moments in life you will cherish forever. Paddling into this small wave, my brother cheering me on like old times, and taking in the surroundings will stay with me a long, long time. We all connect with a handful of fun ones. I remind myself I need to surf a little more often. And we successfully navigate the reef with no dings. Here are a few more things to know about Tarpon before visiting. Bring plenty of water and snacks with you. There are no corner shops anywhere close. Watch out for the trees with the red stripes. The leaves, bark, and fruit of these trees can burn you. If it starts to rain, make sure you are not set up underneath them. The best surf is between November and March because of the northeast swells. The same motion in the ocean that makes the surf fun makes boating on the Atlantic side, well, a different experience than the Caribbean side of the island. My family rented a catamaran to do some island hopping a couple years ago. I'm not telling you to shy away from this experience. We had an amazing time, for sure. But relaxing? Not so much. While you can find coves all over this island, the Atlantic side has another interesting feature. You find seaweed nets, like this one, placed just offshore. They help stop the seaweed from washing up on the beaches, drying out, and stinking up the place. Less seaweed close to shore also makes for a cleaner playground.
Our flotilla!
Conditions always seem right for a paddle, a snorkel, or just a swim. The water temperature is so nice, it's easy to hang out like this for hours. Or you can always grab a paddle and explore. At this point, Tropical Storm Brett is 1 day away. The winds are picking up in a major way. Audrey and I decided to check out some caves, some cliffs, and basically see how far our arms will take us. We picked a spot all the way across the cove to the southeast and paddled straight into the wind.
We did it! It's storming out there. Crazy winds, rough surf. But we had a goal to make it to these palm trees. We did it.
Okay, my arms are noodles and I'm hungry. Let's see what's cooking up at the house.
Man, what you got for us?
Laurie, qu'est-ce que tu as?
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Oh my.
God. This is the court bouillon de poisson.
Kubuya, poisson?
Poisson.
Poisson.
Yes, please.
Tomatoes, onion, spice.
Let's go.
Martinique food is delicious. Lots of seafood. Don't worry, all the info on how to book Lori to cook for your family is in the video description below. Here are some more pro tips for making the most of your time on the Atlantic side of Martinique. For years now, we've booked our homes and many of our excursions through Carefree Caribbean. If you want to rent an oceanfront home, I would also make sure it has AC in the bedrooms, a pool, an easy walk to a sandy beach, and ask about access to amenities like kayaks or paddle boards. Peak tourist season is December through April, so expect to pay a little more if you visit inside that window. If you visit in the summer, here's another pro tip for you. Make sure the home has a grill. You can still cook if the electricity goes out.
Winds within the storm itself, we've already seen gusts upwards of 50 to 52.
We're here during Tropical Storm Brett. A stay-at-home order is in effect.
All you can do, all you can do. Ah, it's coming down.
Although we have no electricity for a day, we make the best of it. Grilling out, making fresh pineapple mango salsa,
And my favorite part, getting drunk in the rain.
and yes, plenty of rum. Luckily, we have a few headlamps and candles so we can sit down and eat dinner together.
Oh yeah, the power's out.
Oh yeah, right.
There's tell already.
There's that part too.
We're camping in Martinique.
We're glamping.
Glamping.
Okay. The storm's passed, the power's back on, and it's time to head to the northwest part of the island. It almost feels like a completely different place. Pop that Dramamine because I'll warn you now, the roads are very, very windy. And it's totally worth it. This is the region of the island where you'll find beautiful botanical gardens, a lush rainforest, and waterfalls right off the side of the road.
Feel that? You all smell that?
Rocks are slippery.
Rocks are slippery. Listen. It's Mother Earth doing its thing.
If you're looking for something a bit more adventurous, you bet you can find that too.
What up? Okay.
In a recent trip to Martinique, Mo and I hooked up with my cousins and we hiked deep into the rainforest. We rappelled steep rock faces, launched our bodies over waterfalls, shot through some tight water chutes, and basically just had a ton of fun. If you're looking for something similar but maybe a little less technical, Mo and I also trekked a spot called Gorges de la Falaise a few years ago. This canyon is on the northern side of the rainforest. You don't need any climbing or rappelling gear, but I will tell you, I don't recommend it for small kids. The water rushes pretty fast, and there's still some climbing involved. My nieces were younger then, and this trek was a challenge for the smaller girls. Personally, though, I think it was a great hike and would do it again in a heartbeat. One of the highlights of any trip to Northwest Martinique is Mont Pelee. This is an active volcano with a peak that sits 4,500 feet above sea level. Its most recent eruption was in 1932, but its deadliest was in 1902. 29,000 people were killed. The coastal city of Saint-Pierre was almost wiped off the map. Mont Pelee is still active, and it's a popular spot to hike.
Whoa, that is so cool.
We really lucked out today. The top of the volcano is usually hidden by the clouds. So while Mo works his magic with the drone, I'm working my way up the base of the volcano. Between you and I hadn't planned on hiking today, so I don't exactly have the best shoes for this adventure. But let's see what I can get into. As I make my way up, Mo can show you what the hiking trail looks like as it zigzags up and down the steep side of the volcano. There are a few different starting points used to climb up to the rim. Today, we drove up through the town of Montrouge and started at L'Aileron. This route is a 1.5 mile hike up a vertical rise of 2,000 feet. Plan on 2 to 4 hours each way. The views are spectacular. If the clouds cooperate, you can see both the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Here are a few pro tips for hiking Mont Pelee. Wear hiking shoes. I know, I need to follow my own advice next time. I didn't make it too far. Bring plenty of water and snacks. Start your hike early, like really early. If you leave the parking lot around 5 a.m., you should have decent weather for both the climb and the descent. First-timers should hike L'Aileron route first. It's the least sketchy of the bunch. Parking is free. If you're ready to visit the Island of Flowers, as Martinique is known, also keep these things in mind. The busy tourist season is December through April. Prices will always be a bit higher then. You can use your credit card at most of the shops and restaurants. It's always good to have some euros to use for tips or some of the smaller roadside markets. There is an ATM at the airport and in the banks. Expect prices for everyday items to be higher than prices in the States. Gas is also really expensive. Don't expect to find many shops open on Sundays. I do recommend renting a car. I think it's the best way to see the whole island, and you can do it on your own schedule. Our friends at Carefree Caribbean can take care of the car rentals, home rentals, and most of the excursions we talked about in the video. Mo and I do a lot of traveling, and we are both in love with Martinique and its culture. It's one of the cleanest and friendliest places we've ever visited. The locals want to show you a good time, make you excellent rum, and give you plenty of reasons to want to come back to this tiny island tucked away in the French Caribbean.
Back in Florida.
Harumph. I wish we were back in Martinique, I'll tell you that.
Right now.
Special thanks to my mom for pulling off this family trip.
Absolutely.
We could not have done it without you. You are a rock.
You're the best, Chris. We also want to thank Earth Charter for sponsoring this video.
The Earth Charter is about working together to create a healthier planet. Their education center at the University for Peace in Costa Rica offers sustainability and ethical leadership courses for everyone who wants to make a difference. Just click that link to get started.
That's right.
If you're interested in any of the gear you saw or the adventures we talked about, you can find all that information in the description below.
Absolutely.
If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe.
Wasn't it good?
You're already there.
Let's go.
We want our experiences to help make your next adventure epic.
That's what we're here for, folks.
That's what Art of Adventure is all about.
For real. That's why we have to go back to Martinique and do it again.
All that's left for you to do, go get it, y'all.
Just go get it. It's right there.